Welcome, monster kids of all ages, to another blood-curdling episode of Friday Night Frights, coming to you live from Monster Kids Studios. Tonight, the ghouls and I are going to celebrate the BLOB, released on this day in 1958. Then we're going to spend the rest of the episode flapping our gums about Kolchak, the Night Stalker. That's right, Carl Kolchak. He's back and better than ever, right here on Friday Night Frights. We're going to discuss the made-for-TV films and the all-too-short-lived television series. All that. Wait, there's more. And wait, there's more. All that plus a giveaway contest. One of you lucky creeps out there is going to win a special prize tonight. So stay tuned for the contest. All this and more tonight on Friday Night Frights. Let's cue the music. I think we're ready to go. Let's see what happens tonight with the music.
It's time to dim the lights. Time to read your last rites. It's got you and its sights. We bid you welcome to Friday Night Frights. Frights, Friday Night Frights, so creepy and cool. Friday Night Frights. Frights, Friday Night Frights, where monster kids rule. Friday Night Frights. Friday Night Frights. Friday Night Frights.
Well, at least it worked that time. It delayed a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, it held up on me a little bit, but it worked. So you gotta keep trying, Rob. You know, you gotta be patient.
Yeah.
You gotta hang in there.
Push that headless body up the hill until get to the top.
Everybody got
That's
to
right.
everybody got to hear the song this time. So
That's it.
Hey, I got my buddy Dan from Pittsburgh. He's here with us tonight. He's waiting patiently. He was waiting patiently. And there's Abel's
good.
back from Goffstown. Good to see you guys. And my other buddy Dan. We got three Dans. Three Dans here. He still wants our theme song as a ringtone. If I ever figure out how to do that, you can have it.
Put your phone up against the computer. Record.
Yeah, record it. Put your phone up, and then hope it plays. Hope it plays right. So, hey guys, we're back. There's Monster Man Dan to my right, your left, and there's Grave Rob.
Yeah.
Back and better than
Grave
ever.
Rob.
Hey, creeps.
Hey everybody, it's good to see you guys. I'm glad everybody had a good week. We got to chat a little bit before we came on here and catch up. So these guys are healthy and doing well. Everybody looks good. And you notice there's an empty slot tonight. Our buddy Madman Mike couldn't make it tonight. He had to leave. He went on an expedition in search of Bigfoot. He got wind of some evidence that the beast has been spotted in the hillsides of Washington. So he's off to the West Coast to do some Bigfoot hunting.
Wow. Yeah.
So, he's hoping he gets some pictures. Maybe he'll come back with something. Maybe he won't. I don't know. Maybe he won't come back at all. Who knows? Maybe it's a lady Bigfoot like that one we saw in the picture with the big
he'll
boobs.
join the clan. He'll join the clan.
That's right. Oh, my. Yep.
Yeah, man. So anything's possible. So he could be gone for a good long time. And there's Grave Rob. Rob, how you doing, man? How's everything going?
All right. Good.
You got anything to report? Any news? Any happenings?
Nah, just working. Like we're getting closer to the event. I was out there making a mold on a new prop for the Monster Museum and trying to, get all that good stuff going. Let me see. Trying to still get some more vendors and fill up our vendor areas. We got a couple food trucks. What else we got? Oh, we got the Thriller Dancers have committed, so they're coming back.
Oh, cool. Excellent.
Yeah, they're definitely coming. Yeah, and we got the Bloodmobile coming this year, and they're all dressing as vampires to suck your blood. So the Bloodmobile will be there.
That sounds great. The Bloodmobile. That sounds like fun. Yeah. Let's go talk to this guy. See how he's doing. Look at this guy.
Guys. Yeah.
Look at his buddy there. Look at his new friend hanging on the mic.
Yeah. He's all excited. Yeah. He's got a name, and his name is Little Freddy Femur. Little Freddie
Freddie.
Femur.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's him.
All right. Okay. If you say
You
so.
see, he's all ready for Halloween. And we've been sharing back and forth. Got a few jokes maybe to tell. And
Oh,
yeah, we're doing
excellent.
good. He's hanging right on here. Hanging on for another show.
And we've got a contest tonight, too, that Dan's got a riddle for you guys. We've got a cool contest. Somebody's going to win something
Right.
cool tonight. So
Yeah.
between the blob and other stuff we have to talk about, we're going to take a pause so Dan can scramble your brains with a
Yes.
puzzle tonight to see what
Right.
one lucky winner out there. And this message
Right.
is mostly for my buddy Prepare Wolf, Mr. Dan out there. You can't win tonight. So don't answer.
Yeah,
the
that's
riddle.
right. Yeah.
He's already won like 3 contests that I've held. I'm shipping stuff off to California constantly. Your box is in the mail, by the way, Dan. If you haven't already received it, it's on the way. So I don't know if you got that. Let me know in the chat if you got it already, because I shipped it out a few days ago. So I don't know how long it takes things to get to California, but hopefully you'll get it. So
Here's what we're drinking tonight. Liquid Death.
Liquid
And
Death.
it's, can you read that?
No, it's
Cherry
backwards.
Obituary.
Why are you backwards?
Is it
again?
backwards? There we
goes.
go.
No, it's okay now. Liquid Death again. He's hooked.
Yeah. Cherry Obituary.
Cherry
That's
Obituary.
That's it.
I've got the
That's what I'm wetting my tonsils with tonight. Yep.
mystery
That's
mug.
it.
Oh, I got
I'm
something to
outside
show
the
you.
castle tonight, as you can see.
Oh, that's Rob. Wait, I want to talk. Look at me. You guys have already seen Rob. I got something to show you guys. Buddy Rob sent me this as a gift. Look at this. You tell me Grave Rob's not a good guy. Look at this thing.
Oh my.
Igor.
Wow.
That's right, Frankenstein. You must heal
Yeah.
him. Make him well. He's my friend. Frankenstein. I told him I was wearing this around the house. It's chasing my wife around. I put a pillow
Good.
under my Frankenstein.
That's
That
right.
was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's beautiful, man. Thanks again, Rob. That's awesome. I
Yeah,
love it.
you're
Igor.
But I broke my neck once.
Yes. You can't
Right?
kill
Yeah.
Igor now. Can't kill Igor again. It's too late.
No.
That's
That's
awesome.
right.
And let me see what else is new. Oh, I went to see hopefully the last Conjuring movie. What was that one called? Last Rites. The Warrens are back to battle some more demons in this new Conjuring movie, and we've seen them all. So I figured, why stop now? Went and saw the new one, and it was a real treat. I got to sit next to some lovely young ladies and listen to them have a conversation for 2 hours. That was fun. And the movie was okay, but it's nothing you haven't seen before. It's all like been there, done that kind of stuff. They're running out of ideas, or they ran out of ideas, I should say. So it was all right, but nothing to write home about. If you've seen The Conjuring 1 or 2, you've pretty much seen it. So I don't know. I give it 3 eyeballs out of 5. Maybe 2.5. 2.5 eyeballs.
2, half an eye.
Yeah, 2.5 eyeballs. I think that's all it deserves. I'm not going to give it any more than that. But yeah, it was okay. The wife and kid, they like it. They like those movies too. And we were actually watching all the other Conjuring Universe movies to catch up. So it reminded me of like the fact that there's really only like 3 good ones, and then all the rest of them are just like ho hum. So I don't know. You guys any familiar, Rob? I know Dan probably hasn't watched any of them. So,
No.
I seen the first
Sadly,
one.
no.
I saw the first one. And I didn't follow up. I just saw the first one way back
Yeah,
when.
the first one is pretty good. It's pretty scary. It's got some good scary parts in it. And then the second one was okay. And then they kind of went off the rails with Annabelle, the Nun, and all these other things.
Yeah.
So, and Ed and Lorraine Warren are like the stars of the movies. They're characters, that are so far from the truth, so far removed from who they really were.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to get into the whole what I think about Ed Warren specifically, but and how legit those guys were. But the movies were fun to watch, I guess. If you're a horror fan, you want to watch horror movies. At least the concept was original from the beginning, and basing them all on the exploits of Ed and Lorraine Warren was pretty smart, pretty clever. It was good.
Yeah.
Made for fodder for good stories. But anyway, that's what I've been up to, and we're
Hey,
getting ready
hey,
to
Dan.
watch Wednesday too. So, oh, what,
I,
Dan?
I got a question. Dan, did you know there's a
Yeah, agree, bro.
Frankenstein, Missouri? Did you know there was a
Yes.
Frankenstein, Missouri? Yeah.
Yes.
I
And I
just
didn't know
learned
that for a long
Yeah.
time, maybe 10, 12 years ago. Yeah, Frankenstein, Missouri. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where all his relatives live.
I've never visited. It's way down south. But yeah, Frankenstein, Missouri. Yep. It exists.
I find it hard to believe you've never bothered to get in your car and drive to Frankenstein, Missouri. I want to go, and I'm in Florida. I would drive to Frankenstein,
Yeah.
Missouri. I mean, just to get a
There's a-
picture with a
place.
sign someplace that says "Welcome to Frankenstein."
Yeah.
Hey, Rich.
You know,
Rich. And Pennsauken, New Jersey, right, almost right across from where the Pennsauken Mart used to be. There's a loop around. You know, you can't make a left, so you got to loop around in New Jersey and
Yeah,
make
the
your
circles.
left. You know,
Make the
jug
circles.
handle, whatever it is. There's a cemetery right there, and there's a fence. And when you loop around, you're going to the red light. To the right, there's a big tombstone. It says Frankenstein right on the tombstone.
Really?
oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, it's an actual tombstone of a family. It says Frankenstein right on that tombstone, right across
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
where Pennsauken Mart used to be.
See, now that's where you a photo op. Got to go get your picture taken.
Yeah,
by
yeah. But it was back in the day
Yeah.
when I had my commercial haunted house, and we would go down there for some supplies and different things. And I'd always make that loop around, and I just see Frankenstein, the big tombstone. Say Frankenstein on. It's pretty cool.
That's cool,
Yeah. And
man.
that's something. Yeah. Good.
I can't believe you. Now, see, Dan, now that's just your excitement. You got to go get yourself a picture of yourself in Frankenstein, Missouri.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a sign.
Just with a sign behind you. It's something that says, I'm sure they got stuff all over the place. This is "Welcome to Frankenstein."
Go to the Frankenstein
you
mini
can
mart.
Google it. You can Google it. It'll show you the city, and I think it'll show the sign. You know, welcome to Frankenstein. So
Yeah,
I'll have to
I should-
Photoshop myself in.
I'll send you my,
Yep,
you can
I'll do
borrow
it.
my Igor mask. You can wear my Igor mask.
Yeah.
I'll loan it
That's
to you.
right.
That'd be great.
Okay.
Well, I guess we should get started, right? Talking about what we have to talk about tonight, because we got a lot of things to cover here. We could sit here and blab till the cows come home, but we got business at hand. We got to talk about the BLOB.
The Blob. Yeah.
Yes, the BLOB, September 12th, 1958. The BLOB. I love this movie. Steve
Chris
McQueen.
Christie? Chris Christie.
Yes, Chris Christie. No politics, Rob. No politics.
No.
You know how many people I have to say that to on Facebook and stuff? Everybody, I put that Nosferatu picture up and he's coming through the door, and some guy comments, is that Joe Biden? So I had to ask him, please, no politics. He was like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. He was trying to have fun
That's
with
right.
it, but I was like, yeah, I said, I just don't want people to get mean and say mean things to each other. you know?
No.
Especially the environment we're in right now with all the stuff that's going on.
Yep.
I'm not,
It's a bad week.
yeah, rough week. Oh, wait, there's Dan. Yeah, you're right. Kolchak was a great show. And it was too bad
Yeah.
it didn't last longer. One season. We're going to talk about that. We're going to get to that in a minute. But first,
Yeah.
The BLOB, September 10th, 1958. The BLOB's a 1958 American science fiction horror film directed by Irwin S. Yeworth Jr. from a screenplay by Theodore Simonson and Kate Phillips, based on an idea by Irving H. Milgate. You wouldn't believe so many
Wow.
people were involved in this, right?
Yeah.
It stars
Big
Steve
big
McQueen.
name.
Yeah, right. All those names, they're all etched in the histories, the annals of filmmaking. It stars Steve
blobism.
McQueen. Blobism. Steve McQueen's first leading role. He was actually billed as Stephen McQueen in this thing, I think for the last time. And Anita Corsalt and co-stars Earl Rowe and Olin Howan. The BLOB is a carnivorous amoebidal alien that crashes to Earth from outer space inside a meteorite. We all know the story. Landing near the small communities of Phoenixville and Downingtown, Pennsylvania. It envelops living beings, growing larger and larger, becoming redder in color and more aggressive, eventually becoming larger than a building. The BLOB was distributed by Paramount Pictures as a double feature with I Married a Monster from Outer Space. Oh, another award winner. Anybody ever see I Married a Monster from Outer Space?
Yes,
That's
I
a
did.
classic.
Yeah.
I knew it. He never saw The Conjuring, but he's seen I Married a Monster from Outer Space.
That's right. I got a lot of catching up to do. I know.
There's Stephen McQueen. There he is with his young lady.
Mhm.
And of
Yep.
course, this is the same thing where they always, the teenagers have to try to convince the adults, especially the police, that something horrible's happening in their small town, and nobody wants to believe him because he's some punk
And
kid.
Stephen McQueen playing a teenager at the age of 27.
He was 27. I always make jokes about him being like 40. I always exaggerate it. Mike always corrects me on that. He was like 25 or something. I'm like, I don't know. He looks a lot older than that. He's always looked old, though. He's always had wrinkles in his face.
Movie. That's right.
And
Classic
here
movie.
he is. Here he is in his convertible, hanging out with his best gal. You probably remember those days, Dan. Hanging out in the convertible with your best gal.
Vaguely, but they were there.
And here he is again with this girl. You gotta believe me. You gotta believe me.
Yeah.
I know
Nobody believes. I don't remember when I first saw the Blob. I'm sure I was a little kid, and on one of the creature feature shows. I don't know. It goes a long way back, but I've seen it a number of times since then. Because I like to do a double feature with the Blob and the remake, and that's always fun. You watch the old one, then you watch the new one, you kind of compare the two. And I remember seeing, well, we're going to talk about that in a minute too, the sequel. I remember seeing that in the movie theater, I think when I was really, really little. My brother is 4 years older than me, so he used to drag me to the theater all the time. He had to take me with him. So that's how I was lucky enough to see a lot of the movies I probably wouldn't have been able to because I was too little. And here's the Blob coming through the classic scene.
Yeah.
Comes through the projector booth. And they think they're seeing a movie in 3D, but no, it's the Blob coming into the theater. That thing is so cool. And Rob had a great idea because look at that. Now he had a great idea. He said we should have Jello shots to celebrate the Blob. So check it out. Mine are Monster Kid slime green.
Oh, look at that.
I got red stuff.
Oh, he's got the red stuff. I've got the slime green. I think I should drink one to the Blob. Let me do this. I'm sure I can get it out of this
Rich,
cup.
did you guys know that the original title of the Blob was The Molten Meteor? I looked that up. The Molten Meteor. And then they changed it to the Blob. Yeah.
That's hard to believe, especially when I'm trying to suck this cup of Blob down. Hold on, Dan, I'm working here.
All right. Go ahead. I'll have time to talk.
That's good Blob.
It was shot around Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. That's weirder than Lawrence, Kansas. But the town still celebrates Blobfest every July. Maybe you've heard about it? Recreating the famous run out of the theater scene.
Yeah,
they do that.
I was going to talk about that. The Blobfest is an annual festival held at the Colonial Theater in Phoenixville. Yep, Pennsylvania. And it's the actual theater from the movie. And it was filmed in, a lot of the Blob was filmed in that area of Pennsylvania. And it's a 3-day event. You ever been? Either of you ever go to Blobfest?
No.
No.
Nope.
How about you guys in the chat? Anybody ever been to Blobfest? It sounds like fun. I don't know what they do. 3 days, 3-day event features film screenings, a street fair, and a reenactment of the famous scene from the movie when everyone runs screaming from the movie theater after the Blob attacks. I got a picture of, here they are. They're running screaming from there's the Colonial Theater.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's air conditioned, which is nice. And here's the reenactment. There's the Blobfest.
Oh, really? Wow.
There it is.
Yeah.
There's the people running from the theater. So you notice they even put their air conditioned sign up and everything. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. Yeah. And there they go. They're running out of the theater and you see the people behind the fences there. Very cool.
They're running like from the 1950s too. They get that 50s run. See?
Yeah. Well, it looks like
that's right.
Yeah, they
Hands up
look
in
like
the air, going.
Yeah, there's like screaming for their lives. It's the Blob. It creeps, it moves, it creeps, it moves. I don't know the song, but beware of the Blob. I don't know. Am I allowed to sing that? I'll probably get a content claim if I do that. I was going to play the music. And that's it. I'll get a strike. I'll get thrown off the internet. And you know how that goes. That's what they do to you. Now, the Blob was a huge success and spawned a sequel. It was Beware the Blob, or Son of Blob, it was lately called. So. The Beware the Blob, it was a sequel. It was directed by Larry Hagman. JR.
No.
Yeah. It was
true.
directed by Larry Hagman. It was released in 1972. The same creature from the original, this time starting as a small specimen unearthed by a bulldozer crew in the Arctic. And it's brought back to suburban Los Angeles for some reason, where it escapes. And it was presented more as a horror comedy. The film was also released under the title Son of Blob in 1972. So yeah, I was about 11. So I saw this in the theater. I was right. I knew my memory wasn't failing me. And it was Hagman's first feature film as a director. And home video releases used the tagline, "The movie that JR shot." Get it? The movie that JR shot, instead of "Who shot JR." Come on now. Come on, guys. Catch up with me here. Hey, I should have done my what do you call it? There it is. The famous catchphrase about the near demise of the character Hagman played in the television series Dallas. I mean, it's so strange to think that Larry Hagman directed that.
Yeah, that is weird. I never heard that.
Yeah, man. JR directed the Blob. That's awesome. And then, of course, we had the remake, The Blob in 1988, directed by Chuck Russell, who co-wrote it with Frank Darabont. That's why the movie's so good, because Darabont was involved. That guy's a great writer. And that film starred Kevin Dillon, Shawnee Smith, Donovan Leitch, a bunch of other people. And the plot follows an acidic, amoeba-like organism, just like this one. It crashed down on Earth in a military satellite, devouring and dissolving everything in its path. And it was filmed in Abbeville, Louisiana, this one. And The Blob was theatrically released August 1988. And it did pretty well. I mean, but despite being a box office failure, The Blob garnered a cult following and praise for being a remake that surpassed the original. So a lot of people think it's better, actually, than the original Blob, and I'm one of them. I think it is much better. The effects were great. And Kevin Dillon was really cool as the punky, motorcycle rider and everything. So you feel the same way, Rob? You like that one better, the remake?
I do. Yeah, I like that one better. I mean, the 50s one is what it is. It's a dated version. And matter of fact, I was just looking at my notes, and Joe Dante, the director Joe Dante, said he included The Blob in his list of the worst horror films ever. Dante found the film spent too much time on drag racing and disliked how the monster was dealt with in the end. So, there's aspects of it, I guess, that you may not like, but the updated version is cool with all the effects and stuff.
Oh yeah. I think it's a lot scarier too. I mean, obviously, it was 1958. They could only do so much. They were they didn't shoot for the fence. I mean, but The Blob's great special effects with The Blob. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And
I saw Dan chime in down there that Steve McQueen wasn't their first choice. I wonder who was.
I don't know. I don't know who was their first choice. They thought he was too old.
Steve McQueen only made $3,000 for the movie.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, he was offered 10% of the gross, and he turned it down, and it wound up making $4 million.
How many times do you hear that story? Those guys, they take the money up front because they need it so bad, and then they end up screwing themselves over. So it's no, Dan, it's not margarita Jello. This has got vodka.
Yeah.
There's vodka in this Jello. So yeah, it's not just Jello. Trust me. So we'll see what kind of shape I'm in by the end of the show. Speaking of
Sammy
which,
Davis Jr.
This guy's a clown. He's a comedian. We have a comedian in our midst.
Boy.
Here's to Stephen McQueen and The Blob. So let me drink another one of these. Say I gotta loosen up a little. These cups, I usually have little cups, but we were all outside. These big ones here.
Hey guys, little Freddie Femur here. He's whispered a couple jokes in my ear about The Blob. You want to hear him?
Sure.
I can't wait.
He was asking. Okay, Freddie, take it easy. Little Freddie Femur. He's glad to be on the show.
That's awesome.
What's the Blob's favorite dessert? What's the Blob's favorite dessert?
That's a good one.
Jelly, because it feels like family.
Oh my gosh!
I don't hear a drum roll or a drum.
Oh wait! I'm sorry. I'm
right.
sorry. I was too busy feeling sorry for you for telling that joke.
I give it one cricket.
I don't have crickets on here.
All
right, go ahead.
Do you know what the worst part about fighting the Blob is? Is the endless paperwork that goes into all the property damage. I don't hear the drum. What's the blob's favorite exercise? Squish-ups.
Oh. God.
All right. Okay.
Why
Oh, no,
was
he's
the
got
blob so
more.
good at dancing? Why was the blob so good at dancing? Because it really knew how to ooze with the groove. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Oh, look, everybody's tuning out.
Oh, really? All right, one last one. I
Okay,
got to
go
do
ahead.
one last one.
Go
Why
ahead.
didn't the blob ever get into shape? Because it was already boss of being well-rounded.
Oh boy, huh? You guys can't.
That's it.
You guys, I'm telling you, that was
That's
a
the
great.
bottom of the barrel.
That was. Yeah, that's amazing. Listen, you got a round of
Thank you, gang.
applause.
Thank you.
Yes,
That's
the
it.
Blob. Blob song is awesome. I can't play the song, Dan. If I play the song, they're just gonna hit me with a copyright content hit. I can't. Anytime you play music on YouTube, you're taking your chances. It's even dangerous to sing the song or even whistle it. Because I would love to play the song. I did it once before, way back when I was doing when I was hosting Monster Kid Theater, and I think I played the song, and boy, they nailed me. You know, so it's just like you got to go back and you got to take everything out and cut things. It's just a pain. There's the Blob was based on a real incident of unknown globs gelatin that rained down in a small town. That sounds true to me. You know?
Oh yeah.
Oh, look, Dan says you shouldn't quit your day job, Dan.
No. Get a job first, then quit it.
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
you
I'll
got
have
two.
to hunt up. I haven't worked in years.
You got
Okay.
two. Don't quit your day jobs. Oh wait, these are 1950 jokes. He said, "Did you get them out of that book you had from 1950? Because that would explain."
No,
it.
I was just looking them up online.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's the dark web. You got those off the dark web.
I got my joke books here. Just in case, I've got my joke books. I got to get flipped again.
They've come
I
in
got to get
handy.
flipped again.
Oh, are you backwards again? How come that keeps
Can you
happening?
flip me again?
Yeah, I can flip you. There you go. Wait, that was me.
That's
Hold
you.
on. Wait, don't go anywhere. Wait a minute. Where are you? How come you keep going back to being flipped? There you go.
That's it. That's it. If you can keep me right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
101 ghost jokes.
Yeah.
There's actually 101
Hey, Rob, did
ghost
you ever
jokes.
collect joke books?
No,
Rob,
I
did you ever
probably had a
collect
couple. I probably had one or two in the past, but I don't remember. But
Okay.
so they have 101 ghost jokes. So 100 wasn't enough. They had to add an extra one.
101. That's right.
Yeah, 100 wasn't enough. You had to have that kicker. It was that last joke that really sealed the deal. Like, Jesus.
Okay.
All right, we're going to get started talking about our next subject, I think, because we're having way too much fun. That's our problem. So I know, Dan, you said you weren't a big fan of the series.
No.
But, did you see the movies,
I-
either of the TV movies? Because that's what we're going to start with first. We're going to start talking about the TV movies.
No. It was in '74. I was a '60s monster kid, but in '74 I was going to college and went to Transylvania Tech. And
Okay.
was trying to design and build wooden coffins. That was my major. So
Carpentry,
but I was in
that's
college
good.
really in '74. So I wasn't picking up much on letting the monster stuff go a little bit and into my studies.
Okay, fair enough. But the Night Stalker, well, the movie, The Night Stalker, came out January 11th, 1972, with Darren McGavin as Kolchak and Carol Lindley as Gail Foster and Simon Oakland as Tony Vincenzo. Ralph Meeker as Bernie Jenks. Claude Akins as Sheriff Warren. That was before he became Sheriff Lobo. And it was a butcher. It was a producer. Dan Curtis. Jesus. I'm like, yeah, of course, Dan Curtis, because I want to talk about him a little bit too later on. So, yeah, The Night Stalker, the movie, when it came out, I remember watching this as a little kid. And it really did great in the ratings. It was a huge hit. It's something unusual for television to see something like that. Because have you watched it recently, Rob? Have you watched the original Night Stalker?
Is that the one with Dracula, or is it?
Yeah,
two
the
of them, right?
vampire. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
got the
I watched that maybe. Yeah, about in Vegas, a vampire in Vegas or something.
Yeah.
I think it was. Yeah. So I watched it about 6 months ago because, like I said last week, Svengoolie like once or twice a year plays it, and I catch it
Right.
when he does it. So yeah.
Gianno Scorzini. There he is. Emil's got it. That's the guy's name. That's the vampire's name. Janos. Actually, I have it on our YouTube channel. You can watch it on Monster Kid Theater. It's on this YouTube channel,
okay.
Monster Kid Studios. Yeah, for some reason or another, it's not copyrighted. It's public domain. Anybody, you can watch it anytime you want, which is pretty cool. But I have the DVD and everything else too. So, but that one has an interview with Dan Curtis. That's why I bought it, because I thought that was pretty interesting. The Night Stalker is an American made-for-television horror film, which aired on ABC and as their ABC movie of the week. And in the film, Carl Kolchak, played by Darren McGavin, yay, an investigative reporter, comes to suspect that a serial killer is in Las Vegas, of all places, and he's actually a vampire. And the Night Stalker set a record for the most viewed made-for-TV film. And it was followed by a sequel, The Night Strangler, which we're going to talk about in a minute, and then the television series. And McGavin played Carl Kolchak and all that stuff. And after several high-profile newspapers fire him for his difficult attitude, investigative journalist Carl Kolchak finds a job following the police beat for a small Las Vegas publication. And when he discovers a series of dead showgirls drained of blood with bite marks on their necks, which should be obvious, the police hesitate to take the case any further. And his boss, played by Simon Oakland, who's fantastic, wants nothing to do with the story, leading Carl to believe there may be a real vampire prowling the city streets. I mean, it's really well done. I just watched it again. Here's the TV Guide ad when the movie premiered. And I actually have a t-shirt at monsterkidstudios.com. If you go on there, I have this on a t-shirt you can buy. It's really a cool ad. I kind of remember seeing this when I was little, seeing it on TV. I mean, who wouldn't want to watch it? Look at it. If you're a kid, you see that? Awesome. And there's Carl Kolchak. Got his cross in the air.
Yeah, I have a fond memory back in '74 when I was like 8 years old. I wanted to watch it because I was into this stuff, and my mom didn't want me to watch it because it was on later at night, and she wouldn't let me stay up, and she thought it was too scary. My dad fought for me, and we wind up watching it together every week.
I watched it by myself. I always tell people the story. I was 11, 12, whatever, and there was nobody around. I remember watching it alone. I don't know what they were watching, but I just loved being in the dark watching this stuff, getting creeped out. Here's Kolchak confronting Janos, the vampire. Great finale of the show. He goes into the house at night, just before sunrise, and he finds the coffin and confronts the vampire. Gets tossed around a little bit, beat up some, and then his buddy, who's a detective, comes in at the last minute and kind of saves him from getting bitten. And then his buddy has to stand there and watch while Kolchak pounds a stake through this guy's chest, which is a really crazy scene because the suns come up, they tear the curtains down, and then the vampire's like cowering on the stairs, and Kolchak pulls out his mallet.
Yeah.
And the other guy's just standing there watching him like, you're really going to do this? And then, of course, as he's pounding the stake in, the cops come through the door while he's killing the vampire. It was so great. And it doesn't have a happy ending, though. Kolchak kind of gets screwed over by the cops. And there it is. See, Dan, look at that. This is what vampires get.
Yeah.
You play what's it? What the kids say?
Coming right to the point.
Fool around and find out.
FAFO, whatever, FAFO, right? That's what it is. That's what happened to him. It's he trying to suck all the showgirls' blood. That's not good. Who's going to deliver the drinks while you're playing roulette? This guy was screwing up business. He was messing things up in town. But it's a great movie, and like I said, it got the highest TV ratings in quite some time. So it was bound to get a sequel.
It's a vampire with a Windsor knot. Look at his tie.
Yeah. He can do that
Just
himself.
came
Too.
back.
That's not a clip on either. That's
Very
he,
formal. Just came back from the office.
yeah, he does that for real. He does that. You see him. I don't know how, because he can't see it in the mirror. You know, that's got to be a
No.
bitch trying to tie that. You know, I can't. That's got to be tough. So yeah, the movie spawned a sequel, The Night Strangler, which doesn't get the respect it deserves as far as I'm concerned, because it is a good movie. The Night Strangler is from January 16th, 1973. Again, Darren McGavin playing Kolchak, Wally Cox, Joanne Flug, Simon Oakland again, Richard Anderson, Margaret Hamilton, who played the Wicked Witch of the West.
The Witch.
Yeah. John Carradine, I'm sorry. The ancient John Carradine. He was getting up in age by this time.
Yeah.
And your pal, Grandpa Al Lewis, is in The Night Strangler. So yeah, there's a lot of, they pulled out all stops with this one. They brought in all the old TV favorites. There's Kolchak. Look at that. Look at that. That's a great shot. The Night Strangler, again, is a made-for-television horror film, first aired on ABC in 1973 as a sequel to The Night Stalker. And in the film, Carl Kolchak, he is assigned to a series of killings and comes to suspect that the murderer is an immortal with superhuman strength, kind of like the vampire. The Night Strangler, though not as popular as its predecessor, garnered both strong ratings and positive reviews, eventually prompting ABC to order a TV series, Kolchak the Night Stalker. Now, neither writer Richard Matheson nor producer-director Dan Curtis was involved in the TV series, which explains a lot. And in the United States, the TV movie ran without commercials, approximately 74 minutes. ABC planned to release the film overseas as a theatrical release and had additional footage shot, rounding out the movie to around 90 minutes. So, yeah, they had a lot of cool stuff going on here. And Richard Matheson was one of the main reasons that Dan Curtis got involved with the Kolchak movies to begin with. I don't know if you guys are fans of Richard Matheson. I am.
Oh, yeah.
He's like one of my favorite writers. Oh, yeah. Legend of Hell House.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
to
right.
think that he wrote
good.
the screenplays to these things, you know, kind of explains why they were so good. If he'd had anything to do with the TV series, it might have lasted more than one season. Who knows? But in this one, Kolchak searches Seattle for a killer who seems to be strangling his victims every 20 years and taking a little of their blood. And
just a little.
It's just a little, just enough to, you know, keep him going. But yeah.
Not like that last vampire guy.
No, he took all of it. Yeah, he was greedy, that one. There's some really good scenes here, some really creepy atmospheric stuff in this show. And like I said, it doesn't get the respect that the Night Stalker does. It's kind of like, I don't know, kind of forgotten about. But the DVD I bought has both the movies. So that's pretty cool. You get to see them both and kind of relive those memories. And here's what happens when he doesn't get that blood.
Oh, boy.
See, every 20 years, he has to have so many victims to keep himself young and alive. So he ends up looking like this. And then he fades away, kind of like the vampire, only without the stake in the chest this time. So, but yeah, great movie. And like I said, it got turned into a TV show. After this second one, they were like, okay, the kids love The Night Stalker. We got to have more. And let me get rid
The
of
guy
this
that owns one blue suit.
Yeah, that's all. That's all you need, Rob. You only need one.
And did you think he had multiple? Do you think he had multiples in a closet somewhere, or just that one suit?
No, I think it's like Steve Jobs. You know how he had like a bunch of black turtleneck sweaters. I think Kolchak had like 6 or 7 of those jackets, maybe like 3 pairs of those white shoes. I don't know. Could be. The hat always seemed the same though. I don't know if he maybe had a bunch of hats, but every episode that suit had to get dry cleaned a lot. I'm sure.
Hey, Rich. Prince chimed in and said that he made a custom Kolchak figure. It'd be neat to see it. You see that in the comments?
To see that. I'd like to see that. No, I missed a comment. I'm sorry, guys. Why was the show canceled? Bad ratings. And the writing went down the hill. And the ratings started to tank. The last few episodes weren't really well received. And it's a shame. It's really a shame. But yeah, there's our buddy Prince. He's back. Yeah, TV at its best. You're right. It was great stuff. And yeah, that was Oscar
Hey, Rich,
Goldman
did you
in
see
those
that?
pictures.
Yeah, yeah. Did you see that David Chase wrote 8 of the episodes? David Chase from The Sopranos.
Yeah, when we were watching it the other night, I mentioned that to my wife. I said, "Oh wow, David Chase," and she's like, "Who's that?"
Yeah,
And I was like, "Yeah, man, The Sopranos." So that guy became super famous. So you got to start somewhere.
yeah.
He started with these guys. He's got both DVDs and a series. I got to catch up with these guys. Dan says it was the year he was born. Listen to him bragging about being young. I can't believe it. He's old and I think he's young. See, this is what happens. Oh, he likes the cane that the Strangler had. Yeah, the Strangler had a cool cane. And yes, he frequently raised cane. Ah, everybody's a joker tonight. See, they come to these shows for the jokes. That's it. They come to tell the jokes and to hear the jokes. It's Dan's fault. It's Dan's fault with the jokes.
I take the blame.
Before we get into the talking about the TV show, Dan had a little surprise for you guys. We want to get this contest rolling, right, Dan? You want to do this?
Yes, if we could.
All right, you said you
If
had
everybody's ready.
a quiz, right? You got some sort of a quiz you want to give everybody?
Yes, it's a guess the movie title quiz.
All right, you can go ahead
So I've got about
take the show. I'm going to drink this last yellow shot here. So
okay. Guess the
Go
movie
for it.
title quiz. You can chime in at any time. I don't know what they're going to win, but I guess we'll find out.
Oh, I'll tell you.
It's a surprise. Okay, we've got about 8 different clues, but you can chime in, try to guess at any time here, but I'm going to work down through all of this. Okay, number 1 is it's a 3-word title. 3-word movie title. And the second thing, I want to show you this. Probably recognize what that is. Not a penny, dime, 50-cent piece. It's a what?
It's like a quarter.
Okay, so if you had several of those, what would you have a stack of? Just keep that in your mind. What would you have a stack of those? What would you call it? Number 4, the first word.
I know it.
The first word in the title would sound like the word that we just came up with. It sounds like. Number 5 is the film script was primarily set in 1840. And number 6, it had 2 main characters. It had a surgeon and a character called Resurrection Joe. And number 7, the third word in the title rhymes with blood. And the film was released in 1958. That's it. That's what you got to go on.
Okay.
That ought to be a giveaway. Hopefully work on that. Use your cranium.
Yeah,
I
we'll
would
see what
suggest
happens.
that you all use your brain. Yeah. Get your brain on this and
Oh, good grief.
see who's going to win.
All right, maybe we'll see what happens. We might have to give the clues again a little later, because
Okay.
that was a lot to absorb. Rob said he
I tried
figured
to go
it out
slow.
already. No, you did. You went slow. You went
I
painfully.
You
He
got it,
thinks he's
Rob.
got-
Good.
All right.
I think.
Let's
I
see.
don't know. I think I do.
I just showed this. Emil's right. The X-Files creators did love the show. That's kind of where the idea for the X-Files came from. It was like a precursor to the X-Files. It's like an ancestor.
Yeah, he was like an original Ghostbuster kind of guy.
Yeah. And Princess
He's like a Sherlock
TV
Holmes
show.
Ghostbuster.
Yeah, it was great though. I mean, Darren McGavin really did do pretty great.
Yeah.
Playing Kolchak. He sold the part. He didn't phone it in. He really took it seriously, and seemed like he was having a lot of fun with it. Quarters of Blood. I don't know if that's the movie or not. Dan will have to tell us. See, I think that would have been too easy. I think you're just throwing stuff up
Right.
against the wall there, buddy.
That's right.
But anyway, let's talk about
Yeah.
Kolchak. Before we do talk about Kolchak, let me take 1 second here to talk about Dan Curtis. He was born August 12th, 1927. He died March 27th, 2006. And he was a television and film director, screenwriter, and producer. Guy did it all. He was best known as creator of the Gothic soap opera Dark Shadows, which ran from 66 to 71, and for directing the epic World War II miniseries The Winds of War in 1983 and War and Remembrance in 1988. Curtis is also known to horror film fans for his work on several horror-themed television series and films, including The Night Stalker, its sequel to Night Strangler, Bram Stoker's Dracula from 1974, and Trilogy of Terror from 1975. Everybody remembers that, right? Karen Black with the little Zuni doll. That was so great. That scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. He also directed 3 feature films, the Dark Shadows spin-offs, House of Dark Shadows, 1970, and Night of Dark Shadows, 1971, and the supernatural horror Burnt Offerings in 1976. Great movie. Curtis was nominated for 5 Primetime Emmy Awards, winning Outstanding Limited Series for War and Remembrance at the 41st Primetime Emmy Awards, for which he also won the Directors Guild of America Award for Outstanding Directorial Achievement in Dramatic Specials at the 42nd Directors Guild of America Awards. So the guy had a hell of a career. Did some great stuff. Corridors of Blood. There's Corridors of Blood with Karloff. That's not it, is it, Dan?
Yeah. I think Dan was the first one to come through, and
Dan Robinson.
I'm looking on the chats here. He's the first one that got that correct.
Corridors of Blood. Dan Robinson's the winner. All right, Dan. Yay. Let's give it. All right. Where's my applause?
You did it.
Good job, Dan.
What's he win?
Corridors
Good job,
of Blood. Dan. Well, we're gonna show you. Let me see. Here's you get a choice, Dan, and we're gonna ship this out to you. All you have to do is email me, Rich at monsterkidstudios.com, and with your address, and I will send you either this cool Frankenstein magnet. It's a magnet. Look at this. You can put this on your fridge to hold up all autopsy reports or whatever you've got. Or you can have the Count Dracula. There it goes. Look at this. These were made by our own Grave Rob, who makes these things, crafts them lovingly with his own 2 hands. And he was kind enough to donate these to Friday Night Frights for the contests. So, Dan, buddy, send me an email, rich at monsterkidstudios.com, with your mailing address. Let me know which one you want. If you want Frankenstein or Dracula, and we'll ship it out to you. You won. Look at that. You owe Corridors of Blood another watch, because now you got a cool magnet to put on your fridge just in time for Halloween, spooky season. So there you go. Good job, Dan, with the contest. Way to go. Got a winner in the chat. See, people got to start tuning into this chat, because we're going to be giving more stuff away. You know, it's just going to happen. There's nothing I can do about it. We got stuff here. I've got all kinds of stuff to give away in the future. I've got furniture in this house. I've got a kid who's going to be 18 soon. Yeah, we've got all sorts
a mortgage. A mortgage.
Yeah, we got a mortgage. You're going to have my car payment. There's all kinds of stuff. So yeah, tune in, man. Tune into the chat and see what happens. You might luck out. And just like Dan just did. So, look, Prince says he owns Corridors of Blood. Excellent. So everybody's got something in common. Congratulations. See, look at this. Everybody, Touch of Evil. The Evil Touch. Oh, there's so many good shows that used to be on back in the day. Dan, everybody's saying congratulations, by the way. All the other guys in the chat. Everybody's pals in the chat. I love it. Jack Palance.
Hey, Rich, is it a different Dan this time that won?
Yeah. We've got like 3 Dans. We've got 2 in the chat and 1 on the show. Dan's everywhere. Remember Jack Palance when he played Dracula in that TV movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Man,
I saw that. Yes. That's right. I remember.
He was freaking scary, man. That guy's scary without the fangs. That was great.
Yeah.
All right. They love the magnets. Yeah, man. Oh, Dan wants the count. Dan, you got it, buddy. I'll send you the count. Just email me with your mailing address, and I'll ship it out this weekend. Or at least I tell everybody that, and then I get sidetracked, and it could be a week. I don't know. Just bear with me. I'll get it in the mail to you. it'll be there before Halloween. You can enjoy it all October. So thanks again, guys, for being here in the chat and for participating in this contest. We really appreciate you being here. Now, let's get back to talking about the Night Stalker, because we got a long way to go. We got 20 episodes to cover. We're going to rip right through them.
Oh,
I just watched a bunch of these. The Ripper was the first one I watched. Did you see The Ripper? Did you watch the first episode?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I kind of jumped around. I didn't catch that. I've seen them all, but no, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, The Ripper was the first episode from 1974. Kolchak finds a strong resemblance between the murders of several Chicago women and killings by Jack the Ripper in the 1800s.
Yeah.
So he's always the one that puts the pieces together. You know, everybody says he's crazy. He gets in fights with his...
doubts him.
Yeah, he's always getting in arguments with this guy, you know, but he solved the case of the Ripper. I had a picture of the Ripper here somewhere. Let me see. Here he goes. Wait a minute. This is the first episode. Let me get rid of this. Where is it? Okay, here's when the Ripper murders are taking place. This is how he usually looks on the show.
Yeah.
This is his usual expression.
A lot of shadows. And there's a lot of shadows on this show.
Oh, man, it's just so well done. He's always out there at night hunting these things down. You think he'd learn his lesson, but no. Now, this one was interesting, too, because it had a lot that he went to a massage parlor to investigate the murders. And, it was pretty risque for television. And here's the Ripper. I thought they could have made him a little scarier. The guy doesn't really exude,
McCready?
You know. Yeah, he covered him with a little snow or ice, right? Yeah, I was like, that's kind of disappointing. I thought he'd be scarier looking or wear a top hat.
Yeah.
Or something. But no. Here's one of his partners, woman was helping him investigate it, and he found her body, amongst others.
Pile of Ripper blood.
Yeah, so she fell on top of him, and that was it. But he ended up solving the case of the Ripper, like he always does. But it was a good first episode. They came out of the gate swinging, and they kept going because episode 2 was the zombie. And here's the TV guide ad. I love these old TV guide ads. The Night Stalker, tonight's monster, the zombie. This one came out September 20th, 1974. And Kolchak witnesses a murder by the intimidating enforcer of a gangster who he has previously seen on a morgue slab. Turns out to be a zombie. Oh, I'm getting hoarse. Here's the fun part. This episode had mobsters, pimps, all kinds of stuff going on here. And the main pimp here was Huggy Bear.
Scatman.
No, it was Huggy. Remember him from Starsky and Hutch?
Yeah. Yep.
Antonio Vargas. Huggy Bear was in this. His name was on the show is Sweet Stick.
On my list here of this movie says Scatman Crothers was in it. Do you remember Scatman?
Yeah, he is in it. He's in it too.
Okay.
He's he plays like a voodoo guy or something. Kolchak goes to see this guy in like some little shop to get information on zombies, and Scatman has this crazy what do you call it? Cajun lingo he's spewing. Dan would understand. He'd recognize it from Scumdar, being around Scumdar.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, Count Yorga. Prince is talking about Count Yorga. I love that movie. I own Dan Curtis, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, Dracula, Frankenstein, all Dan Curtis TVs. Yeah, Dan Curtis he's a legend. Scariest monsters don't look like monsters. That's true. That's true. At least in our world, in our time.
That's an after-school special. That's what that is.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like, right? Well, here's the zombie. You might have to eat those words, buddy.
Oh.
You know, look at that. That's a scary monster. I'm sorry. Look at that thing. We just watched this the other night. My kid loved it, but I just remembered it being so much scarier because he gets into the back of this station wagon in this junkyard where the zombie's sleeping, and he has to like get up next to him, lay down next to him to pour the salt in his mouth. That's what's happening here. And then he goes to stitch up his mouth, and the thing's eyes open up. And to me, in my childhood memories, I always thought he was in that in that thing a lot longer than he really was. And the other thing with these shows is they ended very abruptly a lot of times. Like there was this big buildup, and then he'd take the monster out or whatever, get rid of it in a matter of 30 seconds or a minute. And it always seemed to happen too fast. And here's the next episode. They have been, they are, and they will be. September 27th, 1974, Kolchak suspects extraterrestrial involvement when a series of electronic equipment thefts is linked to several bizarre murders. And he's right. There's freaking aliens out there. Here's a picture of Carl. And there's one of the inspectors that shows up on the show once in a while. It's the guy that played General.
Inspecting his ankle.
Yeah, he's holding on to his leg. And here's the spaceship that Kolchak finds. There's not a lot of good pictures from this one, but here he is discovering the ship. And this was a good episode too. Like like I said, they came out of the box pretty good with some really cool ideas and stuff. And then this one was good. The vampire. So a lot of these people you'll see in these pictures, you'll recognize from like television back then. If you were an avid TV watcher back in the day, these were like the usual suspects when it came to these TV shows, because they made the rounds. You saw them a lot, these people. And good. Look at you spouting off the names of the co-stars, obscure co-stars. Now here's the vampire. Kolchak theorizes a vampire is behind a string of deaths from Las Vegas to Los Angeles, in which bodies were left drained of blood. Now, the interesting thing about this was this female vampire this time was supposed to be one of the leftover victims from the Night Stalker, from the original movie.
From the movie.
Yeah, so like one of them got left aside because they burned all the bodies, supposedly, at the end of the first movie. But this chick here somehow made it through the cracks and started taking people out. And here's Kolchak. He's got the cross again. He's not afraid. He's not scared, man. And now we got the it's episode number 5. This one was a strange one.
This
the werewolf.
Horrible. This one is something else.
Yeah, this one here kind of went off the rails. Kolchak suspects a werewolf may be among passengers aboard a luxury liner when a passenger and 3 crewmen are mauled to death. Why they put it on a luxury liner, I'm still trying to figure that out. I mean, how are you going to have any kind of atmosphere
when did the Love Boat come out? Maybe it's about the same time, and they decided to tie it in with a boat show, a boat episode.
You know what? You could very well be right, because it sounds like something some television mogul would say. Hey, let's get something on a boat. That's really popular with the kids these days. And they did. I guess Vincenzo won like a free cruise or something and couldn't make it. So somehow Kolchak weaseled his way into it, taking his place. And of course, Kolchak gets on the boat, figures out there's something strange going on, and nobody wants to believe him. And here they are hauling him off. I don't know, they're going to make him walk the plank. I don't know. And here's the guy that was the werewolf. Yeah. He's breaking loose of his chains here. And werewolf on a cruise ship is just a very strange idea. There's the werewolf. It looks like I don't know what's going on there. That's some makeup job. I'll tell you. I don't know. But anyway, you sold yet, Dan? You can't wait to go buy the DVDs now, can you? After seeing this werewolf? Dan's like, I gotta have that. And this one was the next one. Episode 6, Firefall. November 8th, 1974, the fiery deaths of 3 associates of a symphony conductor bring fatigued Kolchak into a confrontation with a supernatural force. Yeah, Kolchak's in rough shape in this one. I think he's just tired from chasing that werewolf all around the decks of that cruise ship.
Too many free drinks.
Yeah, he shouldn't have got the drink package when he went on there. But this one is another odd one. I'm sure most fans probably just skip past it to get to some of the other ones. And here's the guy that's the Phantom that's causing all the chaos. So it's pretty. I don't know. There's some good parts in this, some good stuff. And then episode 7 is the Devil's Platform. And there's how you know, because these opening credits all look the same. They always had it was usually a shot of the city with the name of the episode over it.
Yeah.
Devil's
What I
Platform.
loved, what I love too, and I like it in movies too, is when they do the narration, which this show had the narration where he would talk about the night is dark, and and he would narrate the whole show like they do in some movies. I like narration like that, so I think
Yeah.
it makes it kind of keeps you informed and lets you know what's going on, and kind of funny.
Amos got a lot of information here. I'm missing out on his stuff. See, he liked it. He liked the werewolf. See, the werewolf
Yeah.
does have a fan.
Yeah, it's
So
got
there
one.
you go. Eric Braeden. That's the actor, I suppose. See, he said this show has some fans out there who know this stuff backwards and forwards. Like, I'm a fan, but I never really dove into it that much.
Eric.
Where it's like, to where they got guys out there to have the actual suit, the exact same camera.
Yeah, they look cool. Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
Cosplay.
Yeah, they really go all out for this stuff. It's unbelievable. Look at this, Tom Skerritt.
Oh, Dallas.
Yeah, look at this guy. The Devil's Platform, November 15th, 1974. Kolchak believes a senatorial candidate has sold his soul to the devil after the man's campaign opponents begin turning up dead. I mean, if you're going to win an election, that's how you do it.
Show. It's what we did, right?
Right? Look at this. He's attacked by a hound from hell. Oh, no. Poor Kolchak.
Oh, no. You
guys in the chat, now, we got to know you got favorite episodes. I want to know what they are, because I've got mine. I'm just curious what everybody else's is. Let's check this out. This is Bad Medicine. A lot of these episodes, too, could be made today. I mean, they said, like, they say a lot of politically incorrect things in a lot of these episodes when it comes to racial stuff.
Wow, that was the time. Yeah, I just watched 3 episodes of All in the Family, and I got an education. That's for sure.
Oh, that show is fantastic. I didn't get it when I was a kid, but I watch it now and laugh my ass off. And I'm just like, it's a shame, really, that we just don't have that sense of humor anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People can't laugh at themselves. So it's a shame. It really is. We've lost something as a society. Bad Medicine, 1974, November 29th, 1974. Kolchak suspects that the deaths of wealthy women following thefts of their jewelry are the work of an ancient Indian sorcerer. And once again, he suspects it, and he's correct. And we're going to talk about some of these co-stars here that you see in a lot of these pictures. I've got a little bit of a break here in a minute that we're going to just go over some of the reoccurring characters, because there were quite a few who kept coming back. And here we go. There's the, where's the, there it is. There's the Keel. Keel played the Indian.
Richard Keel.
There he is. Check
Jaws.
it out, man. Jaws from the James Bond movies. That dude was huge. And look at Kolchak. He's like, you got to be kidding me. This guy's going to throw me from. Yeah, it was a good one. Bad Medicine. And then episode 9 is one of my favorites. Where is it? Oops. Sorry, guys. The Spanish Moss Murders. December 6th. Just almost in time for Christmas. 1974, Kolchak suspects more than mere murder when a swamp moss not native to the Chicago area is found at the sites of several homicides. Now, Spanish moss is near and dear to my heart because we have it all over here in St. Augustine and Florida, certain parts of Florida, and up in
I just
Savannah,
watched this
Georgia.
one today. This episode.
What did you think? Good, great, because I just watched it too.
I like it. I think it's one of the better ones. It's interesting. It's got an interesting, and the Spanish moss thing kind of catches us because, again, you just said we have it all over. I clean up the yard every 2 days with that stuff, but Richard Keel's in this too. He plays the moss monster, the monster in the sword.
Oh, he's the
Same
monster,
Richard
really?
Keel.
I didn't know that.
He's in 2. He's in number 8, which is Bad Medicine. Number 9, Spanish Moss Murder. So yeah, he's
that's
the creature
cool.
in that. Yep.
Awesome. Oh man, I didn't know that. I didn't know who the monster was. But it's a great one. I mean, Kolchak, there's a lot of creepy stuff goes on. The dude's in a dream state, and he's bringing the moss monster to life through his
Yeah.
dream somehow. They don't really clarify how all that's happening. But yeah, the guy never wakes up either, which was kind of dark. And then Kolchak areas goes down into the sewers of Chicago in search of the Spanish moss monster. And yeah, this one's pretty creepy. And he's got to stab him with a piece of wood
that
from
what was certain wood, yeah.
yeah, some gum tree that was native to
Yeah.
Louisiana or something.
Somewhere. I love at the very end when he's sitting in I think his doctor's whatever. Remember his suit was like black from swimming through the sewers. It was like black.
Yeah, and that's how the show starts. He's on his tape recorder all covered in mud and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, he carves a stake out of that gum tree stuff and just pokes the moss monster with it and puts an end to him.
That's the creature. That's the creature from, I guess, Louisiana bayou kind of, like we did cryptids. It's a cryptid of some sort.
Yeah.
Ghost story thing. Yeah.
Do you know about the Spanish moss monster, Dan? Do you and Scumdar ever run into anything like this when you're down in the bayou?
No, we never brought this up. This is new to us.
Look, my wife's here. Look, Mrs. Monster Kid's here. She's got to chime in with her knowledge of it's not Spanish or moss. They always tell you that when you go on the tours of St. Augustine. It's more like a what? I mean, honey, what do you call it? I guess it's like a weed or something.
Yeah,
but they always tell you that
she
they
just brought the whole thing down.
Yeah, they always tell you that it's not neither Spanish nor moss. And they always tell you, they say that they used to stuff their mattresses with it. And and then Henry Ford actually put it in the car seats of the original cars when he made them. He stuffed the car seats with it. And then it turns out, though, the stuff's crawling with chiggers. So you would get bitten, like you get eaten alive by the chiggers if this stuff was in your bed or in the car seats.
Rich, when I first moved down here 13 years, here in where I'm at now, 13 years ago, this is the first time I really was around Spanish moss this much everywhere. We have tons of it. So I was selling Halloween related merchandise on eBay. So one day I went out to the yard and I gathered all this moss and I sprayed it with some bug stuff and let it sit for a week and took out all the sticks and all the leaves and stuff. And I was selling a box of this to people all over the country.
Really?
I put it in a box, like a 12 by 12 by 12 box. I stuff it and they were giving me like $25 a box plus shipping because they couldn't get it. They can't get it in wherever they're at, up north or over on the West Coast, and they would buy it for Halloween, and they draped their house and their front porch with it. I was selling every Halloween. I was making couple $100 every Halloween selling this stuff.
Wow! Then what happened? They started. I know they sell it in Hobby Lobby now. You can go there and buy that. So they screwed
I was walking around the yard. I was out walking around the yard one day and said, "There's money in these trees," and
you were selling boxes of chiggers to people from up north. They were cursing you a couple days later. That bastard just it all chewed up. Oh, it's an air plant. She says it's an air plant. Okay, honey, if you say so. Hey, Xavier, we got a newbie. Look, Xavier's with us. All right. Thanks for joining the party, buddy. Hello to you as well. We bid you welcome. Oh, Père Malfait. Malfait. Yeah, he had some Louisiana name. The name of the Moss Man. Emil's got some facts here. You know, he's talking about the REM sleep, that the guy was in REM sleep. Yes, he was. Mm-hmm. I haven't had REM sleep in years. I don't know what that feels like. But yeah, that's the Spanish Moss Murders. Now we're going to talk about episode 10. You got that?
I got their album. REM's.
Yeah. Oh, REM? Oh, man. Now you got jokes. You got 101 of them? You got 101 jokes?
No, I stop at 24, remember?
24, that's it. That's it for you, right? The Energy Eater, episode 10. Yep. The Energy Eater.
That's the one I saw. That's the one I saw.
You saw it's a good one.
It's the other night. Yep. That's the one I saw the other night. Yep.
Cracking walls and the mysterious deaths of staff and patients plague a newly dedicated lakefront hospital. Yeah, with guest Joyce Jillison. And Tony Vincenzo is in this one. So he's back again to terrorize Kolchak and not believe a word he says. The Energy Eater. This is a good episode. If you're going to watch one, this one's not bad. This one's a pretty decent one. What made you watch this one, Dan? Just happenstance?
It said it was episode 1. Was it from a series? I just wanted to see one of the first ones, but it said episode 1. Maybe it was not the first exact one, but
no, it's episode.
The first season.
It's the 10th episode.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Maybe they left the zero off.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
There's this guy. There's eating energy, putting his hand in a toaster. You should never do that.
Oh, don't
do that.
No.
Don't do that, Dan. You see what he's doing right there? Don't do that. You get hurt doing that. Yeah, if you got to do so, just stick a fork in there or something. There's the Energy Eater.
In the bathtub.
There he is. Yeah, sit in the bathtub where it's safe.
I took a picture of that. Put all these negatives together.
That's pretty cool looking. There's the Energy Eater. He's eating energy. All right, let's talk about the cast. That's the 10th episode. I want to talk about the cast a little bit, just some of the reoccurring characters. We had our boy here, Tony Vincenzo, portrayed by Simon Oakland, Kolchak's bellicose and frustrated editor-in-chief, and one of the only people willing to tolerate Kolchak's antics. Despite their frequent arguments, Vincenzo has a grudging respect for Kolchak's reporting skills, but often finds himself caught between Kolchak's zeal and his own management responsibilities. That sounds about right. Vincenzo's hot temper often affects his blood pressure and digestion, and he sometimes laments that he did not go into his family's Venetian blinds business. Kolchak gets him so pissed off he's wishing he was making Venetian blinds. And this guy, Ron Updike, portrayed by
name.
Jack Grinnage. Yeah, Updike. Kolchak calls him Uptight. Hey, Uptight. It's Uptight. He's a reporter and Kolchak's supercilious rival at INS, whom Kolchak repeatedly refers to, as I said, Uptight. A San Francisco native, Updike is the opposite of Kolchak, always smartly dressed and hobnobbing with Chicago's elite. He appears in 18 episodes, so you get your belly full of Uptight. He's always around. And there's Emily Cowles, portrayed by Ruth McDevitt, an elderly. She puzzles with advice. She's in the advice column. She's Miss Emily. She's the one that Kolchak gets stuck reading her advice columns sometimes when she's not working, and he gets stuck doing it for her. She aspires to be a novelist and expresses passion for issues relating to the elderly. She's often sympathetic towards Kolchak, and the two share a warm working relationship, and she appeared in 12 episodes. So she was around quite a bit. And this woman we all know, this is Monique Marmelstein, portrayed by Carol Ann Susie. She's a graduate of the Columbia School of Journalism and an intern whose Uncle Abe is highly placed in INS management. So he always threatens that they're all going to lose their jobs if she doesn't get to be a reporter. So Vincenzo's always telling Kolchak he's got to help her, take her along on assignments. It never ends well. Despite her education and enthusiasm, many of her coworkers believe she got her job due to nepotism. No shit. An allegation she denies. She appeared in 3 episodes. And she's also was the mother on, what's the show? The show I watch all the Big Bang Theory. She was the voice of Wolowitz's mom. And she was on a couple episodes of Seinfeld as too. She dated George Costanza.
Yeah, she looks familiar from some older years. She looks very familiar.
Yeah, she's been around. She was around for a while.
Yeah.
Good character actress. And here's Gordy the Ghoul Spangler, portrayed by John Fiedler. This guy, another guy who was all over television for years.
Yeah.
Character actor. Funny thing is, I don't ever remember him not looking like this. You know,
Yeah,
he's
just
one of
looked
those
like
guys. Like George Burns. You ever remember George Burns being young? He always seemed like he was 80 to me. This guy was a city morgue attendant and sometimes source of information for Kolchak. Gordy runs a lottery pool based on death statistics and other factors, and he appears in only 3 episodes, though. But Gordy the Ghoul, he played an important part. And this guy, Captain Mad Dog Siska, portrayed by Keenan Wynn. another famous character actor, Chicago police captain whose efforts to rein in his volatile temper were constantly thwarted by Kolchak's abrasiveness. He appeared in 2 episodes. Yeah, he was always trying to like find the Zen thing that Kolchak would come along and ruin it for him.
Three-quarter of the episode, he'd be cool and collective. Then by the third act, he's yelling at him.
He'd start screaming. He was like, and Kolchak would be like, what about, hey, calm down. Whatever he gets, forget about it. What about your temper? It was great. Now this guy, Gil Malay, he wrote the music for the TV series, beginning with the theme that begins with Kolchak whistling in the opening credits, a theme that everybody loves. It's been universally adored, this theme music. Melly was offered the assignment with only 20 minutes before the opening credits were to be shot. And with no time to compose a new theme, Melly remembered a secondary theme that he had previously written for the Quester tapes, an unsold pilot. And as that had also been produced under Universal Television, the company already had the rights to the work, and Melly quickly adapted it for the Night Stalker. And you could get this soundtrack too. I got a picture of that. So you can get the theme from the TV series, Kolchak the Night Stalker. I looked for it. Right now on Amazon, you can actually pay to hear the music or download the song, but you can't buy the actual soundtrack right now. So I don't know where you'd find it. But those are some of the recurring characters that kept coming back on episode after episode of Kolchak. And it was good because you got familiar with all these people, even though it only lasted, like I said, for 1 season. But there's Horror in the Heights. The next episode, episode 11, from December 20th, 1974. A trail of strange murders leads Kolchak to an elderly Hindu man who reveals an evil spirit is roaming Chicago. Now, I haven't watched this one in a while.
Yeah, I watched that yesterday. Yeah.
Oh, you did? What did you think?
It's all right. It's got Phil Silvers. That's kind of interesting.
Phil Silvers is, man. You don't see him very often.
No.
In some of these shows. I mean, he was a big deal back in like the 50s and early 60s on like the talk show, variety shows, things like that.
I got a little trivia here. It says the favorite episode of many Kolchak fans, thanks largely to the script by Hammer Films veteran Sangster. So somebody from Hammer Films wrote this script.
Oh, really?
On this.
That's cool.
It's got that vibe. It's got that weird, yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, you can see that.
Yeah.
I was trying to read this guy's comment. He says, I remember Creature Features over here in Miami. Went to the Halloween outdoor gatherings, early 70s. Great times buying famous monsters and Monster Times. Yeah, there's a lot of good memories when it comes to this stuff. Yeah, the great chemistry. They did have great chemistry on that show. He's right. I got to keep up with these guys. Oh, here it is. Eric Estrada was on the show. Yeah, we haven't gotten his episode yet. Dan, you're jumping the gun on us. We're going to get there. And let's see. Whoa. Watch out for the rats. Sergeant Bilko.
Yeah. Phil Silvers.
Yeah, that's right. Phil Silvers. And let's see. We got another picture here. Where is it? There he is. There's the Hindu guy.
Mm-hmm.
Laying there. And then we got Look at that thing. That's creepy.
A lot of the creatures in this show look very similar. They were all big, furry, wide. Like the moss monster to this one.
Yeah,
the werewolf. They all look very.
I think it was just easier to film. Like you didn't have to show much. You didn't have to invest a lot in makeup.
Yeah, it was dark.
I'm surprised they just didn't put him in a gorilla suit. We're big on gorilla suits here at Monster Kid Studios. We love our gorilla suits. Episode 12, Mr. Ring. This was a strange one. January 10th, 1975. A powerful military robot discovers it's about to be deactivated and acts upon its survival instinct, programming by killing its creator. Kind of timely, with everything that's going on these days. Good, Rob. Tell us about Mr. Ring.
Yeah.
What did you think?
It was. I didn't remember it, so I pulled it out of the list and said, "Oh, I'll watch that one." And it was interesting because it had the vibe of Westworld, a little bit and had a vibe of the $6 Million Man kind of thing, kind of going on there with
Yeah.
that time period right there was when all that stuff, robot with the lights and the blinking things and ridiculous looking monster heads and stuff like that. And obviously, it was a guy in a suit with a fake head on, and I thought it was fun. It was interesting. The end of it was pretty interesting. One bullet took him out. I find that kind of funny, and he died on the thing or whatever. But
One
the thing
bullet. That's
about it
all
is
it
when
took.
he goes to the
Excuse me.
yeah, he's destroying everything, but was 138 caliber bullet somewhere in his body, and he couldn't put him back together. But the one part about it is he breaks into this mortuary, I guess a funeral home or something, and he stole a box of makeup and putty and all that stuff they would use to fix up people for funerals. And he went to a back alley and he puts all this stuff on his face and he sculpts a face out of it. And he puts makeup on this robot guy to get a human face. And he's wearing a blue a suit, which is, I think it was a mailman suit that he takes from a mailman. He kills a mailman, takes a suit. So it's a blue suit and a white face, and he walks through these shadows. He looks like Michael Myers. If there's certain spots when you watch it, he lumbers around. He has that shadow on him, and he looks very. I sit there going, "Wow, that's Michael Myers." It's kind of weird.
Well, it's around that time period. I mean, they might have
Yeah,
gotten that
yeah.
idea subliminally from this show. They might have just stuck with John Carpenter, because I'm pretty sure he probably watched this.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
I'm
shock me
sure.
at all. That's Mr. Ring. Yeah, it does remind me of Westworld with the face torn off like that,
Yeah.
which was another cool movie. Here's episode 13, Primal Scream. Another interesting show from January 17th, 1975. Kolchak believes a creature which regenerated from cells frozen during the Ice Age may be responsible for a modern-day homicide. From the Ice Age. See that? Oh, Jamie Farr's in this one. Dan, you know Jamie Farr,
Oh, there
right?
you
From
go.
MASH. Corporal Klinger. There he
Right.
is.
Yes. Right.
And then this is interesting. This is cool because this is when the caveman monster bursts through the window. And so I got like this picture, and then there he is grabbing the guy. Another furry, hairy,
Another furry.
another furry, hairy guy in Primal Scream. There we go. Chopper's coming up. Somebody said that was their favorite episode. We haven't gotten there yet. But let's see. The Trevi Collection. January 24th, 1975, a model in the salon of a ruthless fashion designer convinces Kolchak a witch is planning to take over the industry. So, like, shows have been done about this before where women come up with makeup or something to try to stay young or to put a spell on people. I mean, that's been going on ever since, like, the Wasp Woman. And this episode was kind of like that. It was like she was just taking over the makeup industry any way that she possibly could. An episode that I'm sure I wasn't very interested in when I was a kid, because I'm not really interested in it now. And here's Chopper. This was a good one. Chopper, January 31st, 1975. Kolchak narrowly escapes death when a motorcycle driven by a headless rider attempts to run him down on the streets of Chicago. So basically a take on the Headless Horseman. And this episode had the return of Larry Linville, who was Ferret Face from MASH, another MASH alumni. And he was in the Night Stalker movie. He was one of the few people, what's it, the Night Stalker movie? The Ripper. He was one of the few people who believed Kolchak that something might be up. Or was it the Night Stalker, the movie? Yeah, because he was the one who was like backing him up about the vampire theory. But then he showed up again in this episode. And there's some people crying in a casket. And there's Chopper. Look at that. Look at that, Dan.
He looks like Chopper.
That's Chopper right there. Look, Dan's like, I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight now after seeing Chopper. The headless Chopper rider. That looks like such
He's not harmless. He's headless.
It's just a bad Halloween costume. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With
What's that
his
little
head.
stump at the top? What is that?
That's Chopper's neck. That's his neck bone. It's connected. It's connected to
You
the
hang your keys
collarbone.
on.
Come on, Rob. It's
To the chopper
connected
bone.
It's connected to the chopper bone. Demon and Lace is the next episode. Demon and Lace was from February 7th, 1975. Horrified looks on the faces of male college students felled by heart attacks leads Kolchak to think a female demon is responsible. Oh
boy.
yeah,
Succubus.
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 There's this. That's a
Oh
succubus right
no.
there. That's a, if
Oh
you ever.
Lord.
Oh yeah, this was a good one too. The succubus. This was a good one. Succubuses are scary. Look, this is what happens to them though if they mess with Kolchak. It doesn't end well. But yeah,
No.
the demon lace. This was a good one. I like the succubus story. I think I dated a couple of succubuses in my time. Barely made it out alive. Legacy of Terror is the next episode. Dun dun dun. Legacy of Terror from February 14th, Valentine's Day. Bummer. 1975. Kolchak investigates 4 bizarre murders linked to ancient Aztec sacrificial rites and the possible resurrection of an ancient warrior. See, these stories, boy, I tell you, they really mixed it up with this stuff. And there it is. This is the one he was talking about. Yeah, Larry Linville. There he is. He was the coroner in The Night Stalker. I knew he had a part. I couldn't remember what it was. So yeah, here he goes. This is the Chips right there. Before he was, this is Estrada. This was before he was Chips. He was playing some Aztec guy. Typecasting. Look, there's Kolchak surrounded by Aztecs. He's in trouble now. And look at this guy with the big sword. This guy's not completely covered in hair, but he does have a lot of curtains on him there. He's pretty covered up. And then episode 18, let's get to that. The Nightly Murders. This one was pretty good. The Nightly Murders is from March 7, 1975, converting part of a museum into a nightclub. Bring about the crossbow, lance, and mace murders of people working on the project. So people start getting jacked up, old-fashioned style. Crossbows, lances, a mace to the face. Here's Kolchak checking out the suit armor, see if anybody's in there. Kind of like an old Three Stooges episode.
Yeah.
You know, with the walking suit of armor. And there he is. Look at this. Look at it. Oh, man, he's coming for him.
The Black Knight.
Oh, man, it's trouble. Could be trouble. And then episode 19 is called The Youth Killer. We're almost there. This is like 2 more episodes. The Youth Killer, March 14th, 1975. Kolchak makes a connection between the disappearance of 4 young people and the discovery of corpses of 4 elderly people. Huh?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, first they're young, then they're old. And here's, what's her name? Kathy Lee Crosby?
Yeah.
Bing Crosby's daughter, right? They tried to make something of her. She played Wonder Woman on a TV show. And there she is. She's like some Greek goddess who's stealing the youth.
Helen of Troy kind of person.
Yeah, stealing the youth.
It says Kolchak's investigation leads him to a computer dating service run by a woman whose features are similar to those traditionally credited to Helen of Troy.
Yep, that's her. Kathy Lee
That's
Crosby.
the beginning of the end.
Look at Emil saying,
Computer dating service.
Yeah, that was it.
Swipe left, swipe right.
Completely downhill from there. And then episode 20, the end of it all, the century, from March 28th, 1975, a date that will live in infamy, the last episode of Kolchak. Kolchak's probe into the bizarre deaths of workers. They keep saying bizarre deaths. Like, you know, every episode was bizarre. Bizarre deaths of workers in an underground archive leads to strange egg-like rocks found during digging. So, yeah, there's strange egg-like rocks. There's Kolchak. See, this is what he usually look like this is what he looks like normally when they tell him like stuff like, this is what this episode's about. It's the last episode, so things were going downhill. And they told him the premise of the story, and this is what he looked like. And then he got to see the monster.
Keep it in the dark.
He got to see the monster, and then he looked like this. And he was like, he's like, what the hell? That's the monster. Then they we got a close up. Look at this thing.
Oh,
look at that. That came out of the strange egg-like rocks. I guess it's probably the mama monster protecting. I don't know if that's supposed to be some kind of alligator or what. But I think even as an 11-year-old kid, when I was watching this, I was probably like, oh, give me a break. I was like, this show's not going to be back on in the fall. I just know it. Yeah, it's nothing but disappointment after that.
This one's got Tom Bosley in it, Mr. C.
Mr. C was in this one. That's right. See, this a lot of good co-stars. That's our look at it. That's the whole series, man. We went through the whole thing, whole Kolchak. Dan's like, Jesus, I had to sit here through that.
That's okay. It wasn't a waste of time. I was just sitting here listening to the voices in my head.
Hey, Rich, can you bring me out?
Normal.
We all had a good time.
Yeah, man. I love that stuff. I love Kolchak. What you got, Rob?
So I was getting my information that I was throwing around. This is issue number 3 of Fangoria, and you got Kolchak over here on the side. And this is a whole retrospective. When you open it up inside, I knew I had this. I was thinking, I said, I got to go pull that out. So anyway, it's got all the, whoop, I can never do this right. Sorry.
There you go. Just
all the, all the episodes and everything about them, basically.
Oh, well, you could have just sat here and read the magazine then. Why am I blabbing?
Yeah, basically, yeah, it had all.
Why, you got to tell me these
has all
things.
the breakdown, has all the breakdowns, all the pictures, you know. So yeah,
that's
it's kind
cool.
of a good resource to pull from.
When did that come out? What year is that?
Well, this is issue number 3 of Fangoria, probably 1975.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, this is almost a mint condition number 3.
Cool.
Back when it was $1.95, now it's $20.
Yeah, it's expensive as hell. All these magazines, $13, $15 now for a magazine. It's crazy. But yeah, man, that was fun. I love talking about Kolchak. I love the show. I love the movies. Always have fun watching that stuff. And I'm glad you guys were part of it. Thanks for helping me out, Rob. I know, Dan, you weren't really a follower of the show. Do you think you'll go back and watch more episodes now, or what?
Dan, go back and go pick through them. Get a few of them. Watch them. They're fun.
Okay.
Get a few of them and watch them. They're fun to watch.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give it a try. Yep. Sounds good.
Let me see if I can pull this up here. Hold on a second, guys. I want to talk about. Let me get you over here. Let's pull this up here. Oh no, it's back. Just when you thought it was safe. Let me get rid of that guy. I wanted to bring this up. Hold on a second. There it is. The Bad Monsters Halloween Market. There it is, Rob. This is your event coming up, man.
Believe me, I'm up to my nipples in that thing. I'm drowning.
October 18th. It's going to be a party. I'm getting my act together.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of things I have to make still, and all kinds of crap.
Rich.
Yeah.
Rich, when am I going to see this T-shirt? I'm dying to see it.
I just got the prints today. I just picked. I'm on my third round of prints because I didn't like the way the first 2 came out. So I just picked up the new ones today, and I was going to print it for the show tonight, and just didn't get around to doing it. So let me shoot you. I'll shoot you a picture tomorrow. I'm going to make the prints tomorrow and see how they look, and hopefully everything.
Or
will
you
look
can
pretty
hold
cool.
on. You can, if you want to wait till Sunday, whatever you want to do.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're gonna see each other Sunday. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Yeah, you're coming over. Hey, Rob's coming to my house. Dan, he's gonna come hang out. So that's
Dan, you may
cool.
never see me again. I don't know what's
That's
over
right.
there.
Oh man. Yeah. Bring your crucifix and some holy water. Yeah, you might
that
need
stick for the moss man and jab you with a stick with a point.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun. That's right. We're heading over to Ancient City Con here in St. Augustine on Sunday. Check out that place. And then Rob's coming over to the house and stake the place out because we might collaborate for Halloween here and scare the living tar out of our neighbors. So they think they've been scared before. They haven't seen anything yet. So a couple of monster kids get together, terrorize them. That'll be it for these people. They'll be running me out of the neighborhood.
Do you think we could get the Jersey Devil to show up? You think we could get the Jersey Devil to show up at the show?
Well, there's 2 of them showing up on Sunday.
Yeah, we got ran out of Jersey, pitchforks, the whole works, torches. But let's get ready to show up the show. That was fun. I mean, we had the blob, which was way cool. Oh yeah, you're right, Mr. Dan. We do need more Jello. I'm all out. I've got 3. I got 3 empties here.
Hey, Dan, there you go. We got some right here.
You got Jello. There it is. There's always room for Jello.
Yes.
Yeah, I got to get some more, Dan. I got to get hooked up here. Where'd my buddy Dan go? He won his prize and he disappeared. Emil, thanks for hanging out with us tonight through the whole show. Thanks for all of your comments. I really appreciate it. All you guys in the chat, thanks for being here with us tonight. And we're going to pick our movie that we're going to discuss and watch for next week. We're going to be back here next Friday night. And before I go, I got to dig in here. Let me find a good one.
Okay.
All right. I hope it's a good one. I hope Rob doesn't have to sit through another Carnival of Souls. So,
No.
oh, there's a good one. The Last Man on Earth from 1964
Oh yeah,
with Vincent Price.
that's we're talking
Last
about
Man on
Matheson again. That's his
Richard
movie.
Matheson.
Yeah, Richard
Yeah.
Matheson.
Yeah, it was the first adaptation of I Am Legend, and
I've
in
been
my
wanting to watch
opinion,
that again.
still the best one. If you
I've
ask
been wanting
me.
to watch. I've been wanting to watch the Vincent Price version again, so that's cool. Pull that up.
I used to have that on Monster Kid Studios. I wonder if I still have it on Monster Kid Theater. I used to have it there. They got me for some music that was used in the film, which was really weird. It was
Really?
like the whole movie was okay. And there's one scene where his wife comes to the door and he lets her in and she's like, she's one of the zombies or whatever.
Zombies,
And there's
yeah.
this music is playing and they got me for it. I couldn't believe it. I was
Oh,
so
boy.
pissed off. So I had to clip a section out of the movie. And then I was like, well, what's the point now? The movie didn't have any sound. I'm trying to look and see if it's still on there. So if it is, I can just go watch that. Monster Kid Theater. It's creepy and cool. I don't know. I'll have to look. I'll check it out later. I don't want to hold up anybody any longer. We've been on here all damn night. But that's our movie. We're going to talk about it next Friday. We're going to talk about The Last Man on Earth with Vincent Price from 1964. It's a great one. And we'll have an anniversary movie to talk about as well. And hopefully Mike will be back from his trip to Washington and he'll have some Bigfoot stories for us. Maybe a couple of casts of feet or who knows, he might be wearing a pelt if I know Mike.
Yeah.
He might have just finished Bigfoot off, skinned him, dressed him, took the pelt and show back up on the show, getting yelled at by his wife the whole time.
Bigfoot jerky.
Hey, wait, who's this guy? Wait, hey, what do you mean? Good night, honey. You can't go to bed. I'm just getting off here. My wife is like, I can't. Oh, Dan was just listening to us. Oh, you're a good sport, Dan, sitting there just listening to us. Good for you. There's Mrs. Monster Kid says good night. I hope that doesn't mean you're going to bed. We got some partying to do. It's Friday.
Oh boy.
Who's HTTK? There he is. We got another guy joining in here in the chat. Thanks, everybody. So, hey, you guys out there, you want to watch Last Man on Earth too, so you can comment in the chat. We'll have another giveaway Friday night, so that'll be fun. Dan loves these little riddles of his. He likes these brain twisters, brain teasers.
Yeah.
And check us out on monsterkidstudios.com. Check out our merchandise there. We have plenty of T-shirts, and we've got our Monster Kid mugs. If you want to be an official Monster Kid, you can get yourself a hat. You can dress like Dan. Look how cool he looks with the hat and the shirt and everything. Yeah. You can look just like him. You go to dress like Dan for Halloween. You can tell people I'm Dan from Friday Night Frights.
Far enough, Dan.
There it is, Dan. That's it. We don't want to. That's it. We know you're not wearing pants, so sit back down. I don't want to. He's casual. When he does Friday Night Frights.
I don't know. Don't hit me below the belt. We're not going to go there.
But yeah, visit us on Monster Kid
Good night
Studios.
from little Freddie Femur. Good night, Freddie Femur.
Freddie
He was
Femur.
right here
there's
listening.
Freddie
He behaved
Femur.
himself tonight.
It was a real pleasure having him on the show, Dan. Thank you. Thanks for bringing him along.
Yeah.
It was great having Freddie Femur here with us. Good night, Dan. Good night, like he says, good night, Mrs. Monster Kid. Mrs. Monster Kid's got to come on the show. You guys will love her. She's a hoot. She loves this stuff. She's a little shy, though, at first. But, maybe if we have some Jello shots in her, she'll loosen up just like most chicks, and then she'll be entertaining. She's a lot of fun. Dan of the Dead. Hey, look, Dan, you got a new nickname. You want us to change that next week? I'll have to change it to Dan of the Dead. So we'll switch that up. But what was I saying?
Before we go, what? I was kind of noticing you guys. I wonder, Rich, you've got good color in your skin, and so
Yeah.
does Grave Rob. I'm looking so pale. I look like Nosferatu or something. Does it come across? I'm really pale. I'm really
noticed
pale
that.
looking tonight.
Yeah, it's
I'm
your
so
lighting.
white and pale.
Yeah, you look like a vampire. I wasn't
know
going to
it.
say anything. I wasn't going to say
I gotta
anything,
check.
man.
Must be the light. I'm not this white, really. And pale.
Well, there's
Dan,
nothing wrong with being.
Dan, when you get off the show tonight and you go outside, if you see a guy with a blue suit and a straw hat, make sure you run.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
We'll
He's
do
got
it.
a little. He's got a camera around his neck.
I gotta check my color control.
It's
I should have put
okay,
more
Dan.
saturation in my face.
I know
But,
we're living
I'll-
in strange times, Dan, but it's all right to be white. Really, you don't have to.
Is it okay?
apologize. Yeah, you don't have
All
to
right, now,
apologize.
here we go again.
It's
A
okay.
great pale face. Yeah.
It's all right. They haven't outlawed it yet. It's still acceptable.
Terrible.
They're working
Just
on it, but
when you're outside, duck. Just duck. Make sure you
yeah,
duck.
just don't get too white.
Hey, man, remember the Carnival of Souls last week?
Yeah.
I kind of look
that's
like
you.
that,
Oh, yeah.
the man.
Yeah, you look like
You know,
that.
Herc
You do.
Harvey in his makeup.
You look like Herc Harvey.
Yeah, with his white makeup.
All right, man. Let's get the hell out of here. All right, everybody, check out monsterkidstudios.com. Check out our merchandise. Hey, mark your calendars for Rob's show. If you happen to be in the Florida area, Palatka, you got to come and see the show. It's going to be a blast. That's October 18th. Also, check us out on social media, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Follow us all week long. I've got stuff I'm posting all the time, so you're not going to miss out on anything. And remember, watch Last Man on Earth with Vincent Price, because we're going to be talking about that next week. It's going to be fun. And we're going to have another giveaway. So somebody's going to win another prize. We still have this Frankenstein magnet sitting here. So you're not going to want to miss out on that and all the other hijinks that goes on. Dan, had fun, man. You and Femur, thanks for joining us again tonight.
Yeah,
Appreciate
yeah. It was a pleasure.
it. And Rob,
Ray,
thanks a
Rob,
lot,
take
man.
care of yourself,
I'll see you Sunday, Rob.
at least for the next 5 minutes.
And if you want to stick around until after the credits, Rob, I got one or two things real quick to talk about with you. Dan, you can stick around too. And I guess I'll see you guys next week for another episode of Friday Night Frights. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I really appreciate it. And
Later, dudes.
thanks for your support. Thank you very much. And enjoy, be scary, but not too scary. Your neighbors, they're not gonna handle it well. And remember, it's okay to be white. Ask Dan. He'll tell you. Look at him. It's all right. Until next time, we'll see you on next episode of Friday Night Frights. Bye, everybody.